Hi students, good morning. Welcome to this class session. In previous class, we looked over the shear force and bending moment diagrams for the simply supported beam point load and the UDL. In this class, we are going to solve the problems for simply supported beam with multiple point loads and also simply supported beam with a uniformly varying load. So coming to the first problem in this session or in this class, a simply supported beam of length 6 meters carries point loads of 3 kilonewtons and 6 kilonewtons at a distance of 2 meters and 4 meters from the left end. The loads are given, the load points also given at a distance of 2 meters and 4 meters from the left end, 6 meters distance. Loads of 3 kilonewtons and 6 kilonewtons at a distance of 2 meters and 4 meters from the left end. That is, from the left support, the distance of loads are given. Draw the shear force, shear force and bending moment diagrams for this type of beam. First of all, by reading the diagram, by reading the problem, we shall draw the load diagram. You have to draw the load diagram. That is the first concept, to draw the load diagram by reading the problem. So what is the given in the problem? A simply supported beam of length 6 meters. I draw the beam which having 6 meters length. I randomly locate the 6 meters between the supports A and B. It is simply supported beam. Simply supported beam means which is resting on two supports at ends. A and B. Locate the RA, RB are the reaction forces at A and B. And 3 kilonewtons, 6 kilonewtons. 3 kilonewtons is acting at a distance of 2 meters from the left end. And also 6 kilonewtons is also acting at a distance of 4 meters from the left end. Therefore, the distance between the two loads becomes 2 meters. Because from A point to the 6 kilonewtons is 4 meters. A point to the 3 kilonewtons is 2 meters. Therefore, the distance between 2 points becomes 2 meters. Clear? So, A, B are the end points, C, D are the load points. At C, the 3 kilonewtons is acting. At D, 6 kilonewtons is acting on the simply supported beam. So before going to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams, you have to find the reactive forces at A and B. First of all, you have to find the reactive forces or reactions at A and B by taking the equilibrium equations. What is the equilibrium equation in yesterday's class? I take the sigma Fy equal to 0, one of the equilibrium equation. Sigma Fy is equal to 0 is one of the equilibrium equation, and also sigma Ma equal to 0 is the another type of equilibrium equation. This is the moment equilibrium equation, that is the force equilibrium equation. By taking these two equilibrium equations, we can find the reactions or reactive forces at endpoints. So by taking the sigma Fy is equal to 0, that means all the upward forces must be equal to all the downward forces to maintain the equilibrium of the beam. So therefore, what are the upward forces on the beam? Ra is the reaction force. Rb is also reaction force, which is acting upward to the upward direction, that is opposite to the load directions. And 3 kilonewtons, 6 kilonewtons acting downward direction. Therefore, Ra plus Rb must be equal to the total 3 plus 6, 9 kilonewtons. Ra plus Rb is equal to 9 kilonewtons is the first equation. Take it as first equation. Let us take the bending moment of the moment at point A. If we take the moment at point A, all the forces right hand side to the A must be considered by while taking the moments. While taking the moments, we must consider all the forces right hand side of the point A. So what are the forces right hand side of the A? Rb is there, 6 kilonewtons is there and 3 kilonewtons is there. 3 kilonewtons is there. Clear? So, by taking the moment at point A, RB into how much? RB into 6 meters, because RB is the acting upward direction and 6 meters at a distance of 6 meters. RB into 6 in which direction about the point A? Students, RB is in upward direction and which is acting at a distance of 6 meters, which is the which develop the movement about point A is in anti-clockwise direction because it is an upward direction. Blunderly, you have to remember that whenever we take the upward right hand side direction, the upward forces develop the anti-clockwise movements and downward forces develops clockwise movements. So anti-clockwise movements is taken as positive. So therefore 6 into RB is the positive and 3 into 2 is also there. 3 into 2, 6 into 4. 6 into 4, 6 kilonewtons is downward direction which is developed the clockwise movement about point A which is acting at a distance of 4 meters. Therefore 6 into 4, 24 kilonewtons meter minus. And also 3 into 2 is the 6 is also clockwise movement which is also taken as minus. It's a mistakenly it's a positive, it's a minus 6, not plus 6, it is a minus 6. Therefore total minus 6 minus 24 is 30. It is a 30. 6 RB is equal to 30. RB is equal to 6 by 30 by 5 kilonewtons. RB becomes 5 kilonewtons. So reactive forces at point B is 5 kilonewtons. Clear, students? Whenever we substitute this 5 kilonewtons at the place of RB in equation 1, then we can get the reaction forces at A as 4 kilonewtons. Clear, students? Total load or total reaction forces, summation of reaction forces are 9 kilonewtons. RB is 5 kilonewtons and RA is 4 kilonewtons. Clear, students? Like this, you have to find the reaction forces first of all before going to the D problem. That is, before going to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams. After finding the reaction forces at the end points at the supports, then write down the shear force values and shear force bending moment values at different points. So, first of all, what is the here we have 4 points. At these 4 points, draw the vertical lines from the load diagram. Draw the vertical lines from the load diagram, that is point A, point C, at point D, and at point B. How to draw the vertical lines and draw the baseline from A to B. Draw the baseline for SF diagram, shear force diagram. After completing the base line, locate the points A, C, D, and B on the baseline at respective points. Clear, students? After locating the points A, B, C, D, then what is the next procedure, next point? We have to write the values of shear force at different points. What is the shear force at this point? For example, if you take the XX section between the portion BD, XX section, what is the shear force at XX? The right side force is RP, only RB is there, which is in upward direction. Therefore, RB value is 5 kilonewtons. Upward direction, we have to take the minus side. So, minus 5 kilonewtons is the shear force at XX. Clear, students? At XX, shear force is minus kilonewtons, which varies, which is constant from B to D. B దగ్గర కూడా minus 5, D వరకి which is constant up to minus 5. Constant up to C, so up to point D, the shear force is minus 5. That's why it is negative value. From the baseline, you have to draw the 5 kilonewtons towards the bottom side of baseline. From this, draw a horizontal line because the shear force doesn't vary between 2 points wherever the load is not there. So draw the horizontal line between B and D. Clear, students? Then after that you have to take the XX section between C and D, points. If we take the XX section. If we take the XX section between C and D, which is at a distance of X from this place, right support, x distance లో మనం ఒక సెక్షన్ తీసుకుంటే what is the shear force at xx? The algebraic summation of all the forces containing on the right side of the section. Therefore, what are the right side forces are there? RB is in the upward direction. 6 kilonewtons are 6 kilonewtons is there at point D in downward direction. So RB is negative, that is minus RB, that is minus 5 kilonewtons, because RB value is 5 kilonewtons. 5 kilonewtons is negative, 6 kilonewtons is not acting downward direction. That's why you have to take the plus 6 kilonewtons. So what is the shear force at xx? 6 minus 5, 1 kilonewton. 1 kilonewtons between C and D. Between C and D, 1 kilonewton. So up to D, already we drawn between the B and D. Then locate the, at point D, what is the shear force? 1 kilonewtons itself. Suddenly it changes from minus 5 to 1 kilonewtons. Like that, you have to locate the 1 kilonewton at point D and to draw the horizontal line again, because there is no load between C and D. The shear force doesn't varies if the load is not there. Therefore, the shear force is horizontal line. Clear, students? 1 kilonewton, so it remains constant up to C. Then, if we take the x-x section between A and C, if we take the x-x section between A and C, what is the shear force at x-x now? The right side, 3 forces are there now. RB 6 kilonewtons or 3 kilonewtons. RB is in upward direction minus 5 kilonewtons. 6 kilonewtons is downward direction plus 6. And also 3 kilonewtons is also there, which is also plus because it is acting downward direction. Totally 9 minus 5, it is 4 kilonewtons. 4 kilonewtons is the shear force at xx. xx దగ్గర 4 kilonewtons ఉంటుంది. So that means from point C to A, the 4 kilonewtons will be maintained. Therefore, suddenly the point load at 0.3 kilonewtons, look at the 4 kilonewtons at point C, and which is constant up to A, 4 kilonewtons. At point A is also at point A is also the shear force is 4 kilonewtons. Okay, draw the horizontal line up to A and then close the curve with the baseline. Okay, students, from B it is extended up to minus 5 kilonewtons. Draw the horizontal line, then extend up to 1 kilonewtons, because the shear force between C and D is 1 kilonewtons, and which is constant throughout the beam between the C and D. Then suddenly it is increases to 4 kilonewtons because of 3 kilonewtons acting at point C, and remains constant up to A. Suddenly it decreases to point A. This is the shear force diagram. From B, between B and D, the shear force is negative, and between A and D, it is taken as positive shear force. Clear, students? It is the positive shear force. Like this, you have to draw the shear force diagram by locating the points at the corners. You must be locate the point values at the corner values in the shear force diagram. Then coming to the bending moment. What about the bending moment diagram? How to draw the bending moment diagram, bending moment equation? This is the bending moment. Without writing any equation, we can directly write the moment, shear force and bending moment values like this. Here I am not taking any xx section. Directly we can write the shear force values. Shear force at B is minus RB. Shear force at B is RB is there at point B, which is an upward direction, minus RB, minus 5 kilonewtons. Shear force at point D, next point is D. Shear force at point D is like this, minus RB plus 6, 1 kilonewtons, like this, 1 kilonewtons. And shear force at point C, minus RB plus 6 plus 3, it is 4 kilonewtons. And shear force at A is 0, because RA is also there. RA is 4 kilonewtons. It was set horizontal and then equal to 0. Shear force at point A is 0. Like that, we can write the bending moment and shear force values directly without taking any xx section. So bending moment, whenever the points are the high number of points, more number of points on the beam, then we can directly write the shear force and bending moment values without taking the shear force and bending moment equations in terms of x. So here 4 points are there. Every time you have to consider the x-axis section between the every portion. It is very long procedure. Therefore, directly we can take the shear force and bending moment values at different points. Then we can draw the shear force and bending moment. Coming to the bending moment diagram, bending moment at B. What is the bending moment at B? If we take the section at a B, there is no forces on the right side of the B. Therefore, bending moment, what is the bending moment at point B? It can be taken as 0. If we take the section at this point, what are the different forces on the right side of the beam? There is no force on the right side of the beam. There is no beam at all. Therefore, the bending moment at point B is taken as 0. Ikkada manam 0 ga teesukovachu. Clear, students? If you take the point D, what is the bending moment value at point D? So bending moment value means right side of the forces valla develop ayye movement bending moment values avustadi. So right side lo emundi D ki, what are the different loads or forces acting on the right side of the D? Only RB is there on the right side. So due to the RB, the movement will be developed at the point D. Therefore, what is the bending moment at point D means? RB into this distance. What is this distance? How much this distance? Total 6 meters. From this to this 4 meters. So this the distance between D and B is 2 meters. So RB into 2 meters is the bending moment at point D, which is in which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. Upward force developed the anti-clockwise direction. Downward forces develop clockwise direction on the right side. Therefore, it is anti-clockwise direction. It is taken as positive. The right-hand side anti-clockwise is positive. Therefore, RB value is 5. 5 into 2, 10. 10 kilonewton meter is the bending moment at 10 kilonewtons meter is the bending moment at point D. Bending moment at D is 5 into 2, 10 kilonewton meter. Here, students, like that we can write the values directly. Then let us take the point C. What is the bending moment at point C? How to write the bending moment value at point C means you have to consider all the right hand side forces, the moments on the right hand side forces. So what are the forces are there? 6 kilonewtons and RB is there. Due to these 6 kilonewtons RB, how much movement will be developed at point C? So RB into this distance, perpendicular distance from this to this place to this place, how much distance is 4 meters. So RB into 4, 6 into 2. Distance between C and D is 2 meters. 6 into 2, RB into 4. So RB into 4 is the positive because anti-clockwise movement. 6 into 2 is the negative because it is in clockwise direction movement. So RB is 5, 5 into 4, 20. 20 minus 6 into 2, 12. 20 minus 12 is 20 minus 12 is 20 minus 12, 8 kilonewton meter. So bending moment at point C is 8 kilonewton meter. Clear, students? 20 minus 12, 8 kilonewton meter. Bending moment at point D is 10. Bending moment at point B is 0. Like this, we have to write at every way bending moment values. Then coming to the last point of the beam, that is A. What is the bending moment point A? Bending moment at point A means if we take this point as x-axis, bending moment of about point A means all the movements, summation of all the movements of forces on the right side. So there are 3 forces are there, RB, 6 kilonewtons and 3 kilonewtons on the right side of the A. RA is also there, but it is passing through point A. It is not in the right side. It is exactly passing through the A. Therefore, there is no movement developed by the RA point A. Clear, students? So RB into how much? Here, what is the bending moment at A value? A point. Bending moment at A is equal to MA is equal to RB into 6 meters. RB value is 5. 5 into 6. 5 into 6 kilonewtons. 5 kilonewtons into 6 meters, which is taken as positive because it is anti-clockwise movement about point A. Similarly, 6 into 6 into 4 meters. It is negative value because clockwise. Then minus 3 into 3 into 2 because 3 kilonewtons is acting at a distance of 2 meters from the point A. because we are calculating the bending moment at point A కాబట్టి point A నుండి distance తీసుకుంటాం every load కి. So 5 into 6 is 30. 30 minus 24 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So bending moment at point A is 0. Finally, you get the bending moment at point A. Blunderly, you have to remember that the bending moment at the extreme points of the simply supported beam are 0. Extreme points దగ్గర bending moment is 0. That means bending moment at point B 0, bending moment at point B 0, bending moment at A also 0. So like this, we have to write the values for shear force and bending moment. After writing the values of shear force and bending moment, we can draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams by using these values. So first of all, already explained చేశాను shear force ఎలా draw చేయాలి. Next, bending moment, how to draw the bending moment diagram. First of all, locate these values at different points, 0, 10, 8 and 0. Let us go for the diagram. So first of all, draw the baseline. ఇక్కడ నుండి vertical lines draw చేసుకున్న తర్వాత every point నుండి baseline draw చేసుకోండి. Baseline is must be horizontal between A and B. Clear, students? After drawing the baseline, locate the points on the baseline A, C, D and B. A, B are the extreme points, C and D are the load points. After locating the points, locate the values of bending moment at different points. What is the bending moment at point B? 0. Clear, students? Already we just a minute. So bending moment at point B is 0. That means on the baseline itself, the value of bending moment is there. Then what is the bending moment at D? We get the bending moment at D is 10 kilonewton meter. Locate the points above the baseline because it is a positive bending moment. And the bending moment at C is 8 kilonewtons meter, just below the 10 kilonewton meter. Locate the points at a certain distance below the 10 kilonewton meter. And the bending moment at point A is 0. Clear, students? These 4 points manam join చేయాలి. ఎలా జాయిన్ చేయాలి? పారాబోలికల్ కర్వ్ డ్రా చేయాలా, స్ట్రెయిట్ లైన్ డ్రా చేయాలా, లేదా క్యూబిక్ పారాబోలికల్ కర్వ్ డ్రా చేయాలా? ఇదనేది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది? మనకు టేబుల్ is there. Already I explained the table. Whenever the load is not there in between 2 points, the shear force diagram is horizontal line and bending moment diagram is inclined line, inclined straight line. సో ఇంకోటి మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటే ఈజీ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే, ఎక్కడైతే షియర్ ఫోర్స్ హారిజంటల్ లైన్ వస్తుందో అక్కడ బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ ఇంక్లైన్ లైన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో ఇక్కడ హారిజంటల్ లైన్ బిట్వీన్ D and B, bending moment diagram is inclined. Here also the shear force diagram is horizontal between C and D. Here the bending moment diagram is inclined line, 10 to 8. Here also the shear force diagram is horizontal line between A and C. Then between A and C, the bending moment diagram is inclined straight line. Like this, you have to join all the points and locate the plus mark in between the bending moment diagram, center of the bending moment diagram, and hatching all the sides. Then we can complete the shear force and bending moment diagrams. Like this, you have to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for supported beam with point loads, multiple point loads. Yes, students, let us go. Shall we go for the next problem? These problems you have to take the homework problem with me. 2 problems I have given. Draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for a simply supported beam. SSB means simply supported beam of length 9 meters and carrying a UDL of 10 kilonewton meter. Already I explained that simply supported beam with UDL for a distance of 6 meters from the left end. The total length of the beam is 9 meters అయితే 6 meters వరకే simply UDL ఉందంట. Also find the maximum bending moment. So find the maximum bending moment in the beam. Ekkada maximum bending moment occur avutundi? Wherever the shear force is 0, that point, at that point develops maximum bending moment. So మీరు ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాల్సింది ఏంటంటే షియర్ ఫోర్స్ 0 ఎక్కడ అక్కడ అవుతుందో ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి. ఐడెంటిఫై చేసిన పాయింట్ దగ్గర మాక్సిమం బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ ఈక్వేషన్ రాసుకోవాలి. స్టూడెంట్స్ మీరు మీకు ట్రై చేయండి, రాకపోతే నేను మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను ఈ రెండు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. This is also simply supported beam with UDL at the length of 4 meters and 50 kilonewtons, 40 kilonewtons of point loads are acting at a distance of 2 meters and 6 meters from the left support. And UDL value is 10 kilonewton per meter. Try cheyandi, next problem నేను చెప్పేస్తాను ఈ క్లాస్, నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్. ఇది కొంచెం హార్డ్, ఇది చూసే ముందు మనము ఈ ప్రాబ్లం చూద్దాం సార్. Yeah, this is the shear force and bending moment diagrams for a simply supported beam with UVL, uniformly varying load of W per unit length. Here I have not given any numerical value. I am taking the small w as a higher intensity of UVL and the length of the beam is taken as capital L. Capital L గా తీసుకొని ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ చేద్దాం ఈ క్లాస్ లో. So first of all, draw the beam, horizontal beam like this, and locate two supports at end points. Two supports at end point. At that support, write the RA and RB are the reaction forces at A and B end points, and draw a triangular load with intensity W at A and 0 at B. Like this, you have to draw the triangle. It is also called triangular load or uniformly varying load, UVL. W per unit length is the load intensity at point A. Okay, like this, you have to draw the first load diagram and take the XX section. Then XX section తీసుకోండి. ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ లో? అగైన్ x డిస్టెన్స్ లో. x డిస్టెన్స్ లో XX సెక్షన్ తీసుకొని ఆ XX సెక్షన్ దగ్గర what is the height of the triangle? ఈ XX section దగ్గర ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ యొక్క హైట్ ఎంతో ఫైండ్ చేసుకోండి. How to find this height of the triangle? By taking the similar triangle. Similar triangle అనుకోండి, similar triangle లో let us take this is the y. Height of the smaller triangle is y గా తీసుకున్నాం. ఇది y గా తీసుకుంటే ఇక్కడ రాస్తున్నాను, y is the height of the smaller triangle divided by bigger triangle అంటే ఈ total triangular load. Small w. Small w is the load intensity of triangular load. Write down the small w. That is equal to y by w is equal to what is the height of the triangle is y of smaller triangle. What is the length of the smaller triangle? X. Clear, students? What is the length of the bigger triangle? L. So therefore we can get the y value in terms of x. Y is equal to Wx by L. Wx by L is the load intensity at a distance of x from the right support. X change అయిన కొద్దీ y చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. x 0 అవుతే y ఎంత? 0. x 0 అంటే ఎక్కడ? ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర. ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర హైట్ అది 0. హైట్ ఆఫ్ ద ట్రయాంగిల్ is 0. If x is equal to L సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, L క్యాన్సిల్ ఏం మిగులుతుంది? W మిగులుతుంది. So y is equal to W. The height of the triangle at x is equal to L and ఇక్కడ height of the triangle is small w. Like that, you have to first find the smaller triangle at a distance of x. What is the load intensity? Load intensity find చేసుకుంటాం, which is Wx by L. Clear, students? After finding the load intensity, find the equation. First of all, write the equation of shear force. Before finding the shear force, we have to find the RA and RB. Simply supported beam, the first step is to find the reaction forces RA and RB. Dear students, RA RB ఎలా ఫైండ్ చేస్తాం? RA RB by using equilibrium equations. What are the equilibrium equations? Let us look the equilibrium equation first of all. Here are written equilibrium equation to find the reactions. Here are written to find the reactions. Ela find cheyali equilibrium equation. It is sigma Fy equal to 0 cheste all the upward forces and the Ra plus Rb are the upward forces. WL by 2 is the downward force. Ela vachindi downward force okasari chuddam. Downward force అంటే ఏంటి ఇక్కడ ఆర్ఏ ఆర్బీలో అప్వర్డ్ ఫోర్సెస్ దీని మీద యాక్ట్ అయ్యే లోడ్ అంతా డౌన్వర్డ్ ఫోర్సెస్ దీని మీద ఎంత లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది అంటే the triangular area of the triangle is itself is the load acting on the beam. Area of the triangle is half into breadth of the triangle, that is the height of the triangle is W, length of the triangle is L. So half into W into L, that is WL by 2 is the total load of the triangular load on the beam. So RA RB దేనికి ఈక్వల్ అవుతుంది ఈ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ద ట్రయాంగిల్ కి ఈక్వల్ అవుతుంది ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ద ట్రయాంగిల్ is WL by 2. That is the first equation, equilibrium equation. Next, by taking the moment at point A, if we take the moment at point A, what are the different forces acting on the right side of the A? RB is there and this triangular load is also there on the right side. Clear students? So let us write the bending moment equation at A. MA is equal to, MA is the moment at point A. MA is equal to ఈ సిగ్మా ఎంఏ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి ఆల్జీబ్రిక్ సమ్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద మూమెంట్స్ ఆర్బి ఇంటూ ఎంత వేయాలి ఆర్బి ఇంటూ ఎల్ because it is at a distance of L from A, which is in which direction anti-clockwise positive. Next, what is the triangular load? Triangular load is now itself I told that area of the triangle, that is WL by 2 is the total load acting on the beam. Okay, the total load WL by 2, but which is concentrated at which point? It is the located which is concentrated at the CG, center of gravity of the triangle. Center of gravity of the triangle ekkada untundi, which is at a distance of height by 3 from the base. Base nundi height by 3 ante L by 3 distance lo act avutundi. Total height of the triangle is L avute L by 3 distance lo triangular load యొక్క CG ఉంటుంది. Therefore, load into this is the WL by 2 is the load and distance is L by 3. Dear students, simply mathematical equations and engineering mechanics concepts, that is equal to 0, equal to 0, sigma MA is equal to 0, equal to 0 చేస్తే ఒక L cancel అవుతుంది ఇందులో. So RB is equal to ఏమవుతుంది RB is equal to WL by 6. WL by 6 is the RB value. Okay, by substituting this RB value into our another equilibrium equation, RA plus RB equal to WL by 2. RA plus RB WL by 2 lo substitute cheste, then we can get the RA value WL by 6 is RB, RA value WL by 3 వచ్చేస్తుంది. So like that we have to find out the RA RB first. After finding the reaction forces on the beam, then go for the shear force at x6. What is the shear force at x6? Shear force means all the forces acting on the right side. RB is in upward direction, this is a smaller triangular load is downward direction. So RB value WL by 6, now itself I derived the formula WL by 6 RB value which is in upward direction negative, and triangular load, how much triangular load is acting on the right side of the section? So again, area of the triangle represents the load. Area of the triangle represents the load on the right side of the section. So half into height is Wx by L, height of the smaller triangle is Wx by L into what is the length of the smaller triangle is x. So Wx square by 2L. Wx square by 2L is the downward direction because 2L is downward direction, it is taken as positive. Okay, now RB is the negative. Like that, you don't do summation. Summation cheste, algebraic summation cheste, that is WL by 6 minus plus WX square by 2L. You don't add cheste. Total shear force at point XX. Therefore, by substituting the shear force, by substituting the X value, then we can get the shear force values. If you substitute X is equal to 0, then we can get the shear force at B. If you substitute the X is equal to L, then we can get the shear force at A in the shear force equation. So if you substitute the X is equal to 0, this parameter becomes 0. Then we require remains the minus WL by 6 is only the shear force at point B. Minus means it is a negative direction. Similarly, shear force at A. How to get the shear force at A? By substituting the X is equal to L, then we can get the shear force at A. Because if we take the section at A, X becomes L. That's why if you substitute X value L, a WL square by 2L, that is WL by 2, WL by 6. WL by 2 minus WL by 6 is WL by 3. Shear force at A is WL by 3. WL by 2, WL by 6 minus WL by 6. Therefore, we get the value of shear force at A. So, shear force at B minus WL by 6, shear force at A, WL by 3. By using these two values. Draw the baseline first. Draw the baseline. End points are AB. Locate the AB points. Later on, we locate the point C after intersecting the shear force curve on the baseline. Forget it. First of all, draw the baseline. Locate the point A and B on the baseline. What is the shear force at point B? Shear force at point is WL by 6, which is negative. Therefore, on the negative side of the baseline, below the baseline, WL by 6, locate the point as WL by 6. Next, what is the shear force at point A? Shear force at point A is WL by 3, which is more than the WL by 6. So, WL by 3 just far away from the A. Locate the WL by 3 on the vertical line from A. Clear, students? So we have only 2 points on the simply supported beam. By joining those 2 points, how to join those 2 points? Here the UVL is there between A and B. Whenever the UVL is there between any 2 points, the shear force diagram must be parabolic curve. So join this point with WL by 3 as parabolic curve, continuous parabolic curve like this. Okay, after drawing the parabolic curve by joining the WL by 3 with WL by 6, the curve will intersect the baseline at certain point. That means the shear force changes sign from negative to positive at certain point. That zero shear force, we have to find the point. Zero shear force, the point C is, locate the point C wherever the shear force is 0. So after locating the point C, from point C also draw the vertical line. A, B and C also from the C point itself draw the vertical line to draw the bending moment diagram. So wherever the shear force is 0, there itself the bending moment is maximum. This point already I explained to you, wherever the shear force is 0, the bending moment must be maximum value. So we have to find the zero shear force distance. From right support, at what distance the shear force is 0? How to find the zero shear force distance? Like this. We have to write the shear force equation at xx. Already we written the xx. For example, xx ni ikkada teeskunnam anukondi, ade xx ekkadaina teesukovachu manam x distance. So shear force in terms of x. Raskunte equation already rasham manam ikkada. Wx square by 2L plus minus WL by 6 rasham. So this shear force value. Shear force is equal to 0 change. So ikkada vachina value ni mottaniki equal to 0 change. So shear force 0 xx దగ్గర. xx దగ్గర జీరో షియర్ ఫోర్స్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, ఆ డిస్టెన్స్ మనకు వచ్చేస్తుంది x. సో ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన ఈక్వేషన్ ని జీరోకి ఈక్వేట్ చేయండి. ఈ జీరోకి ఈక్వేట్ చేస్తే ఇటు వెళ్తుంది WL/6 ఈక్వల్ టు WX²/2L. W క్యాన్సిల్ అవుతుంది, 2 3 జా. సో రిమైనింగ్ వాల్యూ x² ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు L²/3 వస్తుంది. x² ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు L, ఈ L ఇటు తీసుకెళ్తే L²/3. x ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు L/√3. దట్ మీన్స్ at a distance of L/√3 from the right support, the shear force must be 0. Dear students, so while drawing the bending moment diagram, you must use this point for the maximum bending moment value. Dear students, ఎలా ఫైండ్ చేయాలో తెలిసిందా? షియర్ ఫోర్స్ 0 అనే పాయింట్ ఎలా ఫైండ్ చేయాలి? మనం ఆల్రెడీ రాసుకున్న షియర్ ఫోర్స్ ఈక్వేషన్ కి 0 చేయండి, ఈక్వేట్ టు 0 చేయండి, then we can get the x value, that is the distance at which the shear force becomes 0. After getting the shear force distance x is equal to L/3, substitute the x value into bending moment equation. Already we drawn the bending moment equations. So bending moment at xx, it is WLx/6 minus WX²/2L into x/3. ఇది రాయాలి కదా, ఇంకా మనం బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఒకసారి రాసుకుందాం. How to write the bending moment at xx? Bending moment at xx is equal to mx is equal to, ఎలా రాస్తాం? ఈ xx సెక్షన్ కి రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ లో ఉన్న ఫోర్సెస్ వల్ల డెవలప్ అయ్యే మూమెంట్, RB వల్ల డెవలప్ అవుతుంది మూమెంట్, ఈ స్మాల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ వల్ల కూడా మూమెంట్ డెవలప్ అవుతుంది. RB వల్ల డెవలప్ అయ్యే మూమెంట్ అని మనం ఏం రాసుకోవచ్చు? RB ఇంటూ ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ అది? x డిస్టెన్స్. RB into x, upward direction, it is developed anti-clockwise direction plus, therefore it is positive bending moment. RB into x minus, how much load is acting on the right side of the section? This is the triangular load. How much load it is? Half into WX/L into x, and WX²/2L. So load is WX²/2L. ఇది ఆల్రెడీ మనం షియర్ ఫోర్స్ డయాగ్రామ్ లో రాసుకున్నాం. లోడ్ ఇంటూ ఈ లోడ్ ఎక్కడ యాక్ట్ అవుతుందో మనం ఫైండ్ చేయాలి. దీనికి ఈ మొత్తం ట్రయాంగులర్ లోడ్ ఎక్కడ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ అవుతుంది? ఎక్కడో ఒక CG, సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ గ్రావిటీ దగ్గర కాన్సన్ట్రేట్. ఈ స్మాల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ కి సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ గ్రావిటీ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది? స్మాల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ కి సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ గ్రావిటీ, ఈ సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ గ్రావిటీ ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉంటుందంటే బేస్ నుండి x/3 డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉంటుంది. ఎపెక్స్ నుండి అయితే 2x/3, బేస్ నుండి అయితే x/3 డిస్టెన్స్. ఎందుకంటే ట్రయాంగిల్ యొక్క లెంత్ హైట్ x కాబట్టి x/3 డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉంటుంది. సో దేర్ఫోర్ ఇక్కడ x/3 మల్టిప్లై చేస్తాం, ఫోర్స్ ఇంటూ పర్పెండిక్యులర్ డిస్టెన్స్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ xx. క్లియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్? సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ లో x 0 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ b దగ్గర వచ్చేస్తుంది. x is equal to L సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ a దగ్గర వస్తుంది. x is equal to L/√3 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ at c దగ్గర వచ్చేస్తుంది. x is equal to 0 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసి చూడండి. RB వాల్యూ ఎంత? RB వాల్యూ WL/6 into x మైనస్ ఈ మొత్తం ఎంత అవుతుంది? ఈ స్మాల్ w మొత్తం ఎంత అవుతుంది? WX³/6L. WX³/6L. This is the bending moment at xx. ఇప్పుడు x 0 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి దీనిలో. ఇది 0, ఇది 0. therefore x 0 అంటే అక్కడ b దగ్గర రైట్ సపోర్ట్ దగ్గర బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ 0. x is equal to L సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసి చూడండి. L సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే WL²/6, ఇక్కడ కూడా L సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు L3/L L2, WL²/6, WL²/6 minus WL²/6. therefore bending moment at A is also 0. so bending moment A 0, bending moment B కూడా 0. So we have to find the maximum bending moment wherever the shear force is 0. So x is equal to L by root 3 substitute చేసాం అనుకోండి మనకి maximum bending moment వచ్చేస్తుంది. X is equal to L by root 3 substitute చేస్తే ఇక్కడ W L square by 6 root 3 minus ఇక్కడ L by root 3 substitute చేస్తే L cube by 3 root 3 అవుతుంది. W L cube by 3 root 3 అంటే 3 9 3 6 18 root 3 L L cancel ఇక్కడ L square ఓకేనా ఇది WL square by 18 root 3 ఇది WL square by 6 root 3 so 18 root 3 LCM అయితే ఇక్కడ 6 3s are 3 WL square minus WL square 2 WL square by 18 root 3 2 WL square by 18 root 3 అంటే WL square by 9 root 3 so WL square by 9 root 3 is the maximum bending moment value wherever the shear force is 0. Clear students? అర్థమైందా? సో ఇక్కడ మనం x is equal to L by root 3 ఈ బెండింగ్ ఈక్వేషన్ లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేశాను. బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ at x L by root 3 x is equal to L by root 3 maximum bending moment WL square by 6 root 3 minus WL square by 18 root 3 WL square by 9 root 3 we get. So this is the value of maximum bending moment value. So by using these three values, what are those three values, bending moment values? At point B, 0 bending moment. At point A is also 0 bending moment. At point C, WL square by 9 root 3. So it is positive value. మనకి ఏంటి పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూ బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి పై వైపు టాప్ దట్ ఈస్ అప్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో లొకేట్ చేయండి. దట్ ఈస్ అబోవ్ ద బేస్ లైన్ లొకేట్ చేయండి. లొకేట్ చేసే పాయింట్ ని ఈ 0 WL square by 9 root 3 ఈ 0ని ఎలా జాయిన్ చేస్తారు? ఎలా జాయిన్ చేయాలి మనం? అది ఎలా జాయిన్ చేయాలనేది మనకి ఈక్వేషన్ తెలుస్తుంది. బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఎలా వేరీ అవుతుంది? x క్యూబ్ ఉంది, మాక్సిమం హైయర్ ఆర్డర్ ఈస్ x క్యూబ్ ఉంది. సో క్యూబికల్ పారాబొలికల్ డ్రా చేయాలి. కర్వేచర్ ఎక్కువగా ఉన్నట్టు డ్రా చేస్తూ ఇలా డ్రా చేయండి ఇంక్లూడింగ్ బేస్ లైన్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ క్యూబిక్ పారాబొలిక్ కర్వ్, ఇదేమో పారాబొలిక్ కర్వ్. షియర్ ఫోర్స్ ఏమో x స్క్వేర్ తో వేరీ అవుతుంది. x స్క్వేర్ వస్తుంది ఈక్వేషన్, షియర్ ఫోర్స్ ఈక్వేషన్. బెండింగ్ మూమెంట్ ఈక్వేషన్ x క్యూబ్ తో వేరీ అవుతుంది. లైక్ దట్ ఒకటి పారాబొలిక్ కర్వ్, ఇంకోటి ఏమో క్యూబిక్ పారాబొలిక్ కర్వ్. అర్థమైందా స్టూడెంట్స్? ఇది సింప్లీ సపోర్టెడ్ బీమ్ విత్ 2L. ఇది నేర్చు